I realized as I was doing my video yesterday, I set the release time for terrible time. And this is going to be kind of a continuation of this, just going around the net and looking at other YouTubers and other people who have spoken out against the destruction of net neutrality. And first off is I deeply appreciate, and I'm not a big fan of Keemstar. I'm not. And he goes on to talk about Jake Paul. But the best part to me was honestly this right here as as this occurs.
So in the news, Leafy is here. Brand new news.
And then he cuts to that. The rest of the video, over 4 minutes, is nothing but net neutrality and battle for the net stuff. I deeply appreciate that. The video I posted yesterday, I'm not monetizing, and none of the net neutrality stuff I'm monetizing for the sole purpose of, it's not about making me money, it's about standing up and making a point. I'm digging up the old finite exposure episodes where me and Rendell and others rallied against net neutrality, or rallied against the destruction of net neutrality, against SOPA, against COPA, and I'm going to bring those up. But the first thing I wanted to bring up was this beautiful, brilliant piece from Keemstar. I'm not a big fan of Keemstar, but this right here was genius, and it forced a lot of people to stop and go, what the hell is net neutrality? And read through what was presented with that simple hashtag and net address. And I think, honestly, it will do the world a good amount. But there's more. DeFranco, somebody who always loves to start a conversation, always talk about things that are going on. He even hops in and talks about this because it really is important. It really is a big, important thing to talk about.
I want to talk about today. It is one of the most massive stories out there right now, and once again, it is net neutrality. This is almost mind-boggling to me that this is still a fight that we are having to have online. It feels like years.
And he's right. And it is something that we keep having to fight. We keep having to argue about. We keep having to bring up this conversation every couple years, and it is tiresome. Philip DeFranco, you can, pop over and see what he has to say about that. Again, another huge YouTuber, social commentator, moderate news channel. And as long as you ignore some of the bullshit that people try to slander him with, you know what? Honestly, he has a point, and it is something we should all be talking about. Every single one of us should be talking about this. Even TotalBiscuit. We've heard TotalBiscuit weigh in before and talk about this. TotalBiscuit, who is a gamer. So we've got, drama alert. Somebody who makes money off of talking about drama and, bullshit on the internet happening between two YouTubers and things like that. We've got somebody who's part of the news media who gives us a moderately unbiased conversation piece, but presents the news talking about net neutrality. Then we have TotalBiscuit, who is all about fair use and, gaming. And the entire gaming industry talking about it. And that should say something to people. And it amazes me that people don't sit here and go, what is this all about?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is John Bain. You know this is serious if I'm using my real name. In 2014, I produced a short video on the importance of net neutrality. The fact that I'm having to talk about this again in 2017 is frankly ridiculous. But unfortunately, the FCC in the United States is in the process of attempting to once again abolish net neutrality.
He uses his real name. TotalBiscuit never does that. But that's how big and important this is. This is something that we need to keep talking about. July 12th was, all these tech companies rallied up, all these internet, but we need to keep talking about it. And the links that, TotalBiscuit, Keemstar, Philip DeFranco, even me, and so many others that are putting out there are important to talk about this and to keep bringing this up and why net neutrality shouldn't die at all. Boogie2988. He does games, he does geek things, he does, this and that. But even his character Francis has something to say about net neutrality. That should tell you something. Even with him using this, gimmicky, oh, I'm Francis, da-da-da-da. Even Francis is saying something about net neutrality. That should hammer some of these points hard and fast and across the board.
Guys, what's up? It's me, Francis. I gotta tell you something, man. This is a video that's been long since fucking due, because I've been wanting to talk about the cable industry here in the United States, okay? And in the cell phone companies. I'm going to let you fuckers have it, all right? First off, let's start with Cox Communications. Hey, Cox Communications, why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you suck my cocks? How about that? All right, okay.
Francis will say Francis will say the things that a lot of us are thinking, but trying to put out in like a politically correct and like decent tone. But even Francis, a hateful character, a character who is just a dick, who is just a terrible person, has something to say against this. And Boogie2988, the mind behind Francis, has a lot more to say about it. So I think that really should start really percolating in your brain about what is going on. I mean, I hate Alex Jones and InfoWars, but even they hopped in on this. Yeah, they presented the crazy conspiracy theorist version of it, but they even dug into this and talked about it. What is it going to literally take for people to sit there and go, well, net neutrality is something that needs to be talked about, needs to be discussed, and actually thought about and dealt with, and is a talking point? And God, does it hurt me to actually bring up Alex Jones outside of a joke? It really does. It hurts. Physically hurts. But countless, John Oliver, CBS This Morning, tech giants, all the Pornhub, fucking Pornhub, okay? The porn sites. So many of these videos, and it goes on for pages and pages and pages, talking about fighting to keep net neutrality, about why it shouldn't die, about why it's a big thing, and why we need it. And we don't want it to be mucked with. We don't want it reclassified. We don't want it dead. We don't want it... Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. And I'm going to keep hammering this. I'm really going to keep hammering this. And I'm going to keep making this point over and over again because of the simple fact that net neutrality must stay. It must remain. It is the good of everyone. The only people who don't seem to think it's a good thing are big businesses, ISPs, the head of the FCC, who used to be part of things like Comcast, Cox, Turner, and other companies like that, where they would stand to profit. And Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America. These people are not looking out for the good of the consumer or the people in general, or even the good of businesses. Mucking with net neutrality wouldn't be good for business. That would create, more monopolies. That would create more infighting. That would create more destruction and mayhem and hurt businesses in the long run. When the consumer has to pay more to access something they're already paying for, well, they won't pay for it. They won't access it. They'll go to, free Wi-Fi spots. They'll go to a friend's place and access it that way. They will find ways to work around it, and that hurts the economy. That hurts people all around. It doesn't work out for businesses, and all it does is make more problems. So, keep writing your senators. Keep writing your representatives. Keep writing the FCC and your governors. Write a letter to Donald Trump and tell him he's an idiot for trying to kill net neutrality. Every day, call, fax, page, and write a letter. Write an email. Hell, if you've got the money, spend the money to get a flying banner to go right in front of plain view of the main offices of your congressmen and whatnot every freaking hour that says, save net neutrality. Net neutrality must stay. Anything like that just to get the point across. Because net neutrality matters. Open, free internet matters. Save the internet. If for some reason you're still hanging around and listening to my BS, you know what? Thank you. Honestly, thank you. Go to the various websites I'm going to list below. Save net neutrality, how to contact your congressman, all that stuff. Go contact them. Tell them why you want to keep net neutrality. With that all said, you know what? I hope everyone is having a good week, is having a good day, and will have a good rest of the week. And if for some reason you like what I'm saying, you like the words that are coming out of my mouth and coming at you, you know what? Hit the like and follow button. Share my video. Follow me around the internet. That all the social stuff is down below. And God forbid if you want to throw money at me, I won't say no. I'd be stupid to say no. But if you want to throw money at me, that's down below too. But for, like I said, this is all this net neutrality stuff I am not monetizing because I'm making a point that is not about making money for me, especially on these videos. It is about saving the internet. And you can do your part. And honestly, I hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you later.